This interview is being tape recorded and may be given in evidence if the case is brought to trial. We are in an interview room in Luton Police Station in Bedfordshire. The date is the 20th of August 2015 and the time by my watch is 13:34. I'm DC 1960 Trinder. The other police officer present is
DC 814 Whitehead.
Can you please state your full name and date of birth?
Stephen Lennon, 27th, 11th.
Also present is
Mr. Maddox, solicitor on behalf of Blackford's.
Do you agree, Stephen, other than the four of us here, there's no one else present?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Before we go any further, I just want to remind you of your right to free and independent legal advice, either in person or by telephone at any stage. Now, I know it seems crazy to say that to you at this point when you're sat next to your solicitor, but what it really means is, are you happy you've had long enough to speak to him?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. At the conclusion of the interview, we'll go through some of this paperwork here on the desk. One of the forms just being this one, how it explains you or your solicitor can get access to the discs. The interview is going to be held under caution, so I'm just going to remind you of that. And the caution is you cannot have to say anything. It may harm your defence. We don't mention one question so much later on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Now, it is a bit of a mouthful, particularly when I say it fast like that, but it basically just means three things. Number one, you don't have to answer my questions today. However, number two, should this matter go to court, and you tell the court something different to what you could reasonably told us during the interview, then the court may be less likely to believe you, and that can harm your defence. And finally, number three, you saw my colleague load the discs into the machine, so you know the interview's being recorded. If this matter was to go to court, they can request a copy of the disc be played. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay. So you are here because an allegation has been made against you. You've been arrested for the offence of a racially aggravated common assault. The circumstances around that allegation is that whilst you were a serving inmate at HMP Peterborough, you assaulted another male, and this has happened on the 16th of July 2015. Okay, so that's why you've been arrested, and that's why we're here today.
Where's the racial bit from?
I'll come on to that, but we've an account from the victim who will cover that point of it, alright, and I'll go through that with you. So, what can you tell me about this this offence? Have you committed the offence?
So obviously you know I was in jail. You know my history. I was founder of the English Defence League. I've had 6 odd mornings from you, the police, telling me there's imminent attacks on my life. I've had terrorists in jail with guns and bombs, IEDs on their way to kill me. I've had Al-Shabaab name me as must be killed at all costs. That's coming from your intelligence. I've lost count of the amount of times I've been violently beaten up. I don't know if you know what the prison system's like, but the prison system is plagued with a huge problem with extremist Islam and Muslim gangs. When I've gone to jail each time, I believe it's done on purpose in order to put my life in danger. I was in Wood Hill Prison. I was locked in a room with Muslim inmates and left until I had to get all new teeth, my eyes closed up and my head glued. That's not so. I can't gather how any prison can have a duty of care for someone like myself who knows the situation and put me into that position. The same happened at Bedford Prison. Each time I land in these prisons, as I will explain at HMP at Peterborough, I was recalled to prison with 8 days left of my licence. Yeah. Again, I believe this was due to the fact that they wanted there to be an attempt on my life, and the reasons why I believe they wanted there to be an attempt on my life was because your security services made an attempt to recruit me, and I told them politely to fuck off. And since then, they know that I'm going to talk fully about this when I got off licence, because I've openly said when I'm off licence I'm going to reveal everything about what's going on with the police, with these secretive units that have completely different agendas to what other police forces have. At which point I'm recalled to prison for the last 8 days. When I land in Peterborough Prison, I meet a lad on the desk who's the reception governor, which I'm sure you can speak to, who said I'm going to have problems here. And I said I know I'm going to have problems here. And I said I've got 8 days left, so stick me down the block on segregation and open the door in 8 days for all I care. That's it, I don't care. I said I don't want any more problems. He's gone off, he's come back and said they're putting you on the wing. At which point I said again, can you just go back up, and everything I've just told you about the threats against my life, about the gangs, about everything like that, I said, you're going to take a red rag to a bull if you put me in there. You are also going to endanger my life, and you're going to fail in your duty of care for any Muslim prisoner in there. Because I'm going to have to, in any situation where I feel I'm at threat, which I'm going to be, I'm going to have to defend it. I'm going to have to. I don't want to be in that position. Yeah? I want you to put me down segregation. They refused. They put me on the wing. They said, well, then they said, in the morning, speak to the staff again. They put me on the wing at night, we're all locked up. There's how the people know I'm in there that quickly. Shouts are going from window to window, straight away. Yeah? The next morning I've come out, my door's open, I spoke to this prison officer again. I said, look, this is entrapment, what's happening here, because I'm telling you what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to get killed in it. Yeah? It's not going to be a slap. I'm going to get murdered. Yeah? At which point they've said they'll go and speak to the staff downstairs. All of this they're writing on their computer system, because I saw them writing it down on their computer system. I've said, I'm asking you again, move me. They said, go and do your induction. I've gone and done my induction. As soon as I sat down where the hairdresser bit is, a lad come over and said, mate, you need to really watch yourself in here. I've only been in there a matter of hours. So word's gone around, because a lot of people in there have mobile phones as well. So word's gone around everywhere that I'm in there. It's just for them, me then, it's a waiting game for what's going to happen. Yeah? And I don't want to get caught in my cell is the main thing for me, because if I get caught in my cell, I'll have 10 of them come in and seriously do me in. I was then, this is the second day, I'm leaning up against the wall, which, if you've got CCTV, you've got CCTV, but before the event, before the incident that you're going to talk about, I'm leaning up against the wall and a bloke comes to stand next to me and he says, mate, you're going to get done with boiling water, yeah? £500, half ounce of spice and a mobile phone have been put up to have you done. Yeah? And he goes, to be honest mate, it might not even be a Muslim that does it for that price. So I said, all right, and then he said the fella behind the door's put the money up. Yeah? So I've looked across and there's a cell door that's sort of shut. And I said, all right, and that fella is actually doing 28 years. Why any prison or any officer would think it's a good idea to put me, who is the biggest target in Britain, probably Europe for Muslims at present, to put me on a wing with Muslims who are doing 26 and 28 years, who have just murdered someone, chopped another bloke's nose off and chopped his ear off, and then stick me in there with them, just makes no sense. Yeah? There's no other explanation from it apart from the fact that they want me to be in that situation for 8 days. Yeah?
You keep saying they. Who do you mean by they?
The system, the police. Yeah, this secretive unit in Scotland Yard. Since I refused to work with them and be their mole, and so that they can have control of an anti-Islam movement, since then I've had time after time after time of orchestrated blackmail and persecution, and this all adds up to it.
Right.
And so then I'm in there, and he's told me that. I've looked across. I see him at the door. I'm standing wearing flip-flops. I'm standing there, and then I said, "All right, do you know if anyone's going to do it?" And he said, "The fella at his door is taking the hit." So I've then looked across, my mind's going 100 miles an hour, I think I'm getting boiling water in my face here, and they put boiling water and sugar, it'll take your whole face off, yeah? I look around the wing, half the wing's out on exercise, there's 2 women screws, that's it, to control this wing. So for me, I'm in a situation where I'm not going to get killed here, yeah? I'm not going to get boiling water in my face either, without trying to pre-empty this and prevent this happening. I've asked, must be 4, 5, 6 times to be moved. I've told them I'm going to get hurt. Yeah? At which point I walk across to where he is to see whether he's got anything, and as he turns around to me, I hit him, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
And I hit him because he's going to get me. That's it. That's the reality of it. He was going to, and he's not just going to get me and give me one punch. When I hit him, if you've got to see, I don't jump on him, I don't beat him, I don't continue beating him. That there got me moved into segregation, and I'm still here today. And I've got 3 kids at home, and I have to do what I have to do to survive a sentence like that. And I know if you know what the prison system's like, then there's no way. There's no way the duty of care for me or for him. It's the prison that failed his duty of care and my duty of care. But he was. I'm under no doubt at all. He was taking up a hit to stick boiling water on my face.
That's quite a detailed account. I'm still going to run through some more questions with you. We will get to the point somewhere through the interview, and I'll show you the CCTV, and the two of us, we can talk through it together. You've touched on this guy that you've been told, been pointed out, was going to do the hit, as you call it. Do you know him at all?
No.
Never seen him before?
No. I didn't even see his face.
No.
Because when he's standing at the door, I was just seeing the back of his head.
Yeah. Okay. So the name Saleh Jabir doesn't mean anything to you? It means nothing at all, no?
Well, no, when I got arrested in the prison,
Yeah.
which the prison decided, obviously I thought the procedure for this is the prison should prosecute, the prison should do me. But they decided not to do me. They come in, the governor come in and see me and said, look, there's no further action happening. And then your police liaison officer from that prison actually come and see me again the day before I was going and said, just letting you know, there's going to be no arrest for this incident. Yeah?
Okay.
So obviously now that you're looking at the airport in front of your kids and being arrested, again, I just feel like I don't know what more in the situation I was in I could have done.
Okay.
To prevent what was inevitably going to happen.
Well, I'm going to ask you some more questions about that, because I've seen the CCTV before and stuff, but we'll go through it. So you don't know this guy Jabir at all?
No.
No. And you didn't even get a clear look at him, the back of his...
From what I remember, he had his back to the door. So he had his back to the cell. He was talking to the man through the door.
Right.
Not like through a gap in the door.
Yeah.
He's standing talking to him.
And is this the guy that you mentioned about is doing 26 or 28 years? This isn't him, though?
No, that's not him. The bloke behind the door is doing 26, 30 years.
Right.
Part of some Bedford gang who...
I know the job that you're talking about. That
they
he's away
chopped his
from.
ear off, chopped his nose off, murdered him.
Yeah.
And at that time, though, I didn't know that either. Right. I didn't know all the ins and outs of what had gone on. Do you know what I mean? I just know there's 4 Muslim lads in here who are doing life.
Yeah.
And you know, from my point, if someone's doing that much time, it's nothing to kill me. It's nothing to stick something in my neck.
Yeah.
It's nothing to them.
So, Jabir, the guy that you punched, that's the first time you saw him there?
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, okay. And you didn't see him since, because they took you down the block afterwards?
I
Yeah?
won't show them.
Okay. And you said prior to that, you were outside your cell, and someone
No,
came
not
up
outside my cell. I was downstairs
downstairs.
by the officer. When I come out of my cell,
Yeah.
I don't want to stand by myself. I'm going to get hurt.
Yeah,
When I come out of my cell each day, I go and stand down the block.
right.
I'm waiting just by the gate.
Yeah.
So I think if anything's going to kick off, it's kicking off right here, right where the screws are, right under all the cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah? If I'm off in my cell, it's not. I'm going to get hurt.
So you'd purposely be down
I
there?
purposely stand down there.
Right, okay.
And I was standing down there just by the end of the wing, like, just on my own, you see it.
Yeah.
Just no one wants to talk to me when I'm in there, because I'm the target.
Right. But this guy comes up, you'd never sit and gives you the warning.
Guy comes up, stands next to me, yeah.
Never seen him before, don't know him?
I don't know him, no.
No.
I didn't know anyone.
No. You didn't know anyone, no?
No.
So he gives you the warning
Yeah.
and points out who's probably going to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, not probably going to do it, he's going to do it.
Yeah. So you say, you go over, you see him, and that's when you punch him, yeah?
I go over, and I think he turns around, from what I remember, and I'm standing there, he turns around, and my instinct is, I'm getting this out of the way.
Yeah.
And at the same time I'm getting out of the way, it's, I also know when doing this, for me it's a preemptive strike, but I also know it's going to be 20-30 seconds before there's 20 screws up.
Yeah.
So there's not going to be a chance to fucking stop putting blades out and loads of them come running down and start stabbing me.
So you go over and you punch him, yeah? How many times did you punch him?
I think he punched me back.
Okay.
Well, do you know, like for me, it was all of, my mind was going 100 miles an hour. What I'm thinking is how, and then when I read the prison officer's statement, she says that she turned around and we were exchanging blows.
Yeah.
So so he must have hit me back. But from what I remember, I thought I hit him and then I grabbed him and we tussled a bit and I think he went off.
Yeah. We'll say where. I'll show you that bit in a bit. So, and it's just with your fists, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just fist you, yeah.
I had flip flops on.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
what do you mean, with my fists or my feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, would have just been my fists. And I remember my flip flops come off. I had my
Right.
shoes on.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you know, you've watched the video.
Yeah. So just your fists. Are you right-handed?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you give him a punch with your right hand, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As hard as you could.
Mate, to be honest, when I was walking over to him, my first instinct was I was walking over sort of half-minded, what's going to happen, what am I going to do here?
Yeah.
But I also thought, I'm not going to go back to my cell. I'm not going to wait because he's going to then have the opportunity when it's on his terms.
Yeah.
So I'm not waiting for that. I mean, and I haven't. It's not like you've watched it. I haven't jumped all over him, from what I remember.
No.
I mean,
No. Well, like I say, we will talk through
and
that
then
in a
even
bit.
when the prison screws come over, I just said, look. I mean, I've told you.
Yeah. Okay. So you punched him.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard have you
Mate,
hit
I have
him?
no idea.
No.
I'm not that hard if I'm on a common assault charge.
No.
With that, I can't punch.
And when you punched him, where did you catch him?
Again. Probably in the face.
Up in the face. Yeah. Okay. And did he? And you say you think he might have punched you back where you
I think I had a bit top.
ripped your top, your t-shirt. Yeah.
I think so, yeah. As I said, like, that just, for me, it was just an adrenaline thing. It was like, I don't know.
Okay, but it's not that hard that he hits you back, doesn't knock you over or anything like that.
No.
Any injuries?
No, not really. I had a little bust head.
And that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, the screws put things over down my injuries, but again, it's just like,
So, ripped t-shirt and maybe a mark on your head. Yeah, from it. Yeah. Okay. Whilst all this was going on, did you say anything to him?
nothing to it.
No. You didn't say anything. No. So you didn't use any terms referring to his religion or his race?
No. I turned around at the end. I did turn around at the end after that and said to the rest, is there any Muslims on here that want to serve me out?
No.
Because they're all wanting to serve me out.
Yeah.
So if you only want to serve me out,
Do it now.
here I am.
Yeah.
Don't wait for me to turn my back like it's happened every single time. And when they're on, I know word's gone round that they're all going to serve me out.
Okay. But on this time, during this assault,
No, during that assault, I didn't say a
Nothing.
word. I just walked over and it was just over so quickly.
yeah, and afterwards when he's
The
got
truth
away,
is,
yeah,
the man's told me from the side, it might not even be a Muslim that serves you up, yeah?
yeah,
It might not even be a Muslim. So I've looked over, I haven't seen the front of him, I've seen the back of his head, yeah? He's black, isn't he? Yeah? He's a black lad.
well, we'll show you in a minute. I think
What?
I think he's Asian, not black.
Oh, well, he was black
from-
to me, I thought after I'd seen him,
We got black African.
Oh,
black
so,
Africans.
yeah,
Yeah, so I didn't know he's a Muslim, or if he's a Muslim at the time.
right.
Because he just said, for the money, do you know how much that's worth? Half ounce of spice in jail.
No,
Fucking thousands, man.
really.
Thousands.
Just for us that
Spice is
In
a
terms of
spice is a
all
legal
the
height.
Yeah,
okay.
Spice is a legal height. So he offered a mobile phone, £500 and a half ounce of spice. Now, what the geezer said is, mate, for that money, anyone's going to serve you up.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Anyone doing a big bird's going to do you for that. So I said, all right. And when he said it's him, all I saw from the back is a black lad. I don't know if he's a Muslim or not. And when I turned around, I did say to the rest of the people that are there, because there's Muslims were there.
Yeah.
I said, if there's any other Muslims that want to serve me up, step forward.
yeah. And no one stepped forward.
No one stepped forward.
No, and that's the only religious language used at any time. Is there any Muslims here?
He said, that's it.
Yeah, and that was it.
That was it.
Okay. Let me tell you in a nutshell
Yep.
what the victim says.
Okay.
He says that he was stood speaking to someone through their cell door,
Yep.
and then you've assaulted him. Excuse me.
I shouted as well. I shouted at the bloke in the cell
Right,
because he was shouting, "You're fucked." This is one doing 28 years.
right.
So I said, "Do I look?" No, I'm not fucked.
Yeah.
By that point, it just everything just
Gone by then. Yeah. So the victim says he stood speaking to someone through the door. So you've a rough idea, don't you, who he was speaking to?
Yeah, I've got his name. You know it, isn't it?
I know of the people you've told me
Well,
who were doing that sentence.
Yeah,
but-
I know the
Yeah. And he says you assaulted him by throwing two separate punches that are connected with his head. He then said that you grabbed him, he's managed to get away from you, and he's preferred to getting out of his t-shirt. And I think maybe you've had hold of his t-shirt and he sort of slipped out of it and then he's run off.
Maybe he did, yeah.
And he said that he's run off and hid behind a table and behind a prison officer from you. Is what
I
he
didn't run after him.
No, he said that he's run away from you.
Maybe he did, yeah,
Yeah.
because I don't know.
But then, this bit then he goes on to say is, he claims that you used the terms fucking Paki cunt and
Right.
fucking Muslim whilst you were assaulting him.
Well, I knew he wasn't Pakistani.
Right,
I knew he was black.
yeah,
And the minute I saw him, sort of black head,
okay,
yeah, sort of gives it away.
yeah,
So again, for me, he's just like, he's just putting a race card in a situation that he thinks will benefit him. Is he kind of trying to claim compensation from the prison, is he?
I don't know. I don't know. But then he just finishes up that he also just adds then that you were shouting at him to come here. But I'm guessing that's when he's got away from you and you're shouting at him to come here.
Been shouting to me.
No.
To be honest, I don't know where he went. You'll
Right.
see that probably when you watch CCTV.
Yeah.
I've turned around, not to him. I know he's gone.
Yeah,
I've turned around to the other prisoners that are all in there
yeah,
and said, like, each jail I've gone to, I've had to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where if a situation's come, I've said, look, if any Muslim here has got a problem,
yeah.
don't try stabbing me or sticking boiling water in my face. Be a man about it.
So, in terms of the assault that you've carried out, absolutely nothing to do with race whatsoever,
No.
as far as you're concerned.
Well, I didn't
it's-
even know it's right. Well,
well, you didn't know his religion, did you?
I didn't know his religion.
No.
Yeah, and if I thought he was black, I wouldn't be hitting someone because I thought they're black, because I've never had my goddaughter was black. I've never had a problem with that. So I have had a problem with the ideology of Islam, but I haven't hit him for that reason. I've hit him because I'm under no doubt whatsoever he is going to do me.
Yeah.
The man talking behind his cell is not some really nice fella.
Yeah,
He's someone who's just in there for murdering and chopping people up.
yeah.
They're going to get me. I'm target number one. If any one of them would have got me, they'd live their whole sentence for like kings in that system. If you know what the prison system's like,
And they'd be living off your reputation.
they'd be living off doing me.
Yeah.
They've done Tommy Robinson.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's funny that that you mentioned that because obviously I'm aware of you as Tommy Robinson, just in terms of the person that started the English Defence League. But you've used a different name.
Stephen Lennon's my real name, yeah. So
Right.
I used the name Tommy Robinson for the English Defence League.
Right. Okay.
So Stephen Lennon and Yax is the middle name. Is
No,
that right?
no. So like, my name was double barreled when I was
Yeah.
16. Yaxley was my real parents' name, my real dad's name. I joined it with my adopted dad's name.
Okay.
Right.
So
But then I
Stephen-
dropped Yaxley when I was like 17, so it's just Stephen Lennon.
Just Stephen Lennon.
Stephen Lennon. Okay.
But purely for the EDL, then you used
I
Tommy
was Tommy
Robinson.
Robinson, yeah.
Right. Yeah, Tommy, because he goes on to talk about he claims the victim didn't know who you were,
Made the whole fucking up.
but has since been told
Yeah.
that was Tommy Robinson, head of the EDL,
Okay.
that did that.
Mate, the minute I walked into that prison, everyone knew who I was. Yeah. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
But you accept that you're known as Tommy
I
Robinson.
accept, yes, I am.
Yeah. Are you still involved in the EDL?
No, I'm not.
You're not at all.
No, I'm not involved in it for probably 2 years.
But people still think you are, and people still
Yeah, I'm
associate.
still Tommy Robinson from the EDL too, anyone.
Yeah.
And I've still, the things I've said, like, the reason why some of these Muslims want to kill me, I've said, I've committed blasphemy, which is punishable by death. If they're devout Muslims, they want to kill me.
Yeah.
I've criticised their prophet, I've criticised their religion, you're not allowed to do that.
So even though you've been away for
doesn't matter.
almost 2 years,
I've had more beatings since I've been away
right, than when you're in.
than when I was in. More death threats since I've been away. The death threat from Al Shabaab come months after leaving the English Defence League.
Right.
Just after they'd done that Kenyan shopping mall massacre.
Yeah.
So I just said, like, I still cannot understand how I'm in this situation to even have this situation.
Because you're 2 years down the line.
No,
you're not
I just
involved,
mean that anyone with any ounce of common sense and any duty of care for people would not have put me in that situation.
and not put you on the wing in the first
No,
place.
I've asked not to. That's the first time I've ever asked not to.
Yeah.
And it's only because I had 8 days. Because if I had 18 months, in 2012 I was put in solitary confinement for 22 weeks and it done my nothing. Yeah? So next time I went to jail, I got 18 months. And I had to go through getting beatings and fighting it each time.
Yeah.
Because I thought I'm not being locked in a room for 18 months or for 9 months. This time I'm in for 8 days. Now that's the first time I swallowed my pride. I said, you know what, mate, just lock that door and open it in 8 days. Because I just don't need this. I know what's coming. And they didn't, and they wouldn't.
We'll see in a minute. We'll see you walk over on the CCTV. But did you honestly believe that he posed a threat to you?
Wholeheartedly, he's
Yeah.
going to do me in.
Yeah.
It's not. I honestly believed you'll see, if you go get the Peterborough HMP Peterborough system up here, you'll
Yeah.
see for the 2 days before this incident, I knew I'm getting done.
Yeah.
I know it.
Because you've been telling the guards.
Yeah, I've been telling them all. I'm
Yeah.
going to get killed here. I'm not just going to get a slap. I'm going to get something in my neck or fucking disfigured for the rest of my life.
And on that note, where you've been telling them,
Yeah.
did you say you saw them making notes of
Yeah,
you
it's on the
saying?
computer system. I know it is.
So if we were to check,
Yeah, you'll see it.
yeah, there should be a
Because I read
record
it and he
that-
said you shouldn't be reading that.
Right.
I read it.
So there should be a record of that.
Yeah, that's what's on
You
there.
got any guys' names for us?
Nah, just it's on there.
Yeah.
No worries.
I know it's on there.
Okay. And just this guy then to give you the warning, you don't know anything about
No,
him,
if
so
you-
we couldn't
look.
follow that up and speak to him.
Yeah, you follow up, speak to him. You watch that.
Well, I would if you tell me who he is. Yeah.
No, well you watch that. You see him talking to me.
Oh, it doesn't quite show that, and you'll see that in a minute.
You see me walk over.
Yeah.
Well, you go back to where that is.
Yeah.
You'll see him come up and talk to you.
All right. Well, we'll cover that in a sec then. Yeah. But you don't know him.
I don't
at
know,
all,
no.
Right. Okay. What we do then? My colleague's going to just load up the CCTV on here.
Yeah.
We'll go through that.
You got any preference, Trent, in terms of which video first?
No, it's
How many videos are there?
This, well,
It's just two different angles.
Two
that's
angles,
all,
I
yeah.
thought.
So,
I'll say this one,
so we can make a bit more room.
bit of a closer one. The best thing would be, I'll just pause this, go back to the beginning, is if we just stick it on there. And
Did you have a cup in his hand?
Clearly.
Well, we'll see. We'll go through the.
Stick on there, yep, you can see it clearly. Everyone,
Yeah.
okay? Where is it? Sorry. This is right at the beginning of the video that we've got.
You're going to come from this direction in far.
Yeah.
This is probably the worst angle that we're
Okay.
showing you first, but he's going to walk from, or you're going to walk from over here. It's all going to take place around here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay, and then you see there, and that's the female screw you were talking about.
Yeah.
When you said there was only two on the wing,
Yeah, two screws.
another one just come running down after.
Oh, no. No, they didn't touch me.
No, you're just stood there.
I'm trying to walk up
Yeah,
the stairs.
you're stood there, and the prison officers are just stood around you, and everyone else is just watching you. Yeah, I think they're taking you away now.
I think I've come up here, no.
You're still walking around over there. So you're happy that's you there?
Well,
Yeah.
I think that's me. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
the point at which I'm saying, I believe. When I turned around, you see me turn around. That's what I'm saying. Is there anyone else that's going to do it?
Right. So you think that's going on at the moment? Yeah. And this is where
This
they
is
bring you
me
down
now,
now.
This
Yeah.
is you, you'll come down the stairs.
Yeah, look, you see I have flip-flops on there.
Yeah.
You'll see I have flip-flops. You know,
Yeah.
if I was going out for a fight,
Yeah.
I ain't wearing flip-flops. If I was getting ready myself for a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll
Should
just
we
show you
Go to the other one.
show you the other one,
Yeah.
which should be better angle. And you walk
From here.
from here.
So if you had the other camera footage, you'll see the man comes and talks to me.
So you're saying there's another camera?
There's
down
cameras
there?
everywhere, yeah. Never there's a camera.
Okay.
Well, it's right next to the
So-
screws office.
so there you are there, yeah.
You can see the flip-flops. I'm looking for who he's told me, yeah.
Yeah. That, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And I asked if you can see if he had a cut, because just there. You can see the reason why I'm not going now is because I lost a flip flop. I remember saying I'm not going anywhere to get a flip flop. No, actually flip flops.
There it is. Even better.
I want them
Yeah.
back. Okay.
So you're happy? That's you in there, and that's exactly how you've told us.
That's what's happening.
Yeah, and why you've done it.
That's why I've done it. And you can see where I'm looking there. You see where I'm looking there because I'm weighing up.
Because from just looking at the CCTV myself,
Yeah.
it doesn't look. I know you say about there's a lot of Muslims on there and stuff like that, which I would assume meaning to be Asian-looking
No,
people.
not in jail.
I can't see
There's no, the minority are Asian in jail, of Muslims.
Muslims.
They're white and black.
What, converts? Or?
Yeah, they're the worst.
Because from looking at the screen on there,
Yeah.
I mean, is there a guy stood over here that looks like he was in the doorway there?
What?
In like, he looked like he was in sort of some type of Muslim outfit.
Yeah, he was.
With a,
The imam.
yeah, is that who he was? He was
That's the imam.
right.
Look, if I was just going out to hit someone,
Yeah.
if that's what this accusation is, I'd have knocked the imam out.
Right.
Well, in that sense, if that's what my motive was, racially or religiously aggravated, that's the imam standing there. He was standing right next to that when that happened.
Yeah. And you don't go near him.
No, I don't get him. What's that word to him? That's not what my issue was about. My issue was about safeguarding myself. He ain't going to do me.
And just while you're looking at that, just for the benefit of the disc, the CCTV is exhibit DPR1, Delta Papa Romeo 1. So you've seen it from the two angles, yeah, you're happy from that. We know that you're on there.
And the bit where you say you've turned around and said, "Does anyone here want to serve me up?"
Yeah.
We have to identify that bit.
Yeah, that's literally when I turned around.
You have to go
I
and
see.
see.
Yeah, go back over that, because I think you also point at the cell, don't you?
Well, I do
Is that when you
because he's
shout?
screaming at me, "You're fucked, you're fucked."
Yeah.
In your first account of it, you described it as in, what were the words you used again? Does any Muslim want to serve
Any other
me?
Muslim here who wants to serve me?
Okay. And you said you've done it with your arms out like that.
Yeah.
You gesticulated. Okay. I'm just trying to find that bit.
Now, watch. Now I'm saying,
Okay.
that's fine. And then I'm pointing at him because he's one who put the thing on me.
Yeah.
That's why.
He was the one shouting at you.
Yeah, he's the one who's put the hit on me.
Right.
But he ain't come out of himself.
So could he have got out himself? Or was he locked behind the door?
I don't know.
You don't know. Didn't get close
Well,
enough.
no one. He shouldn't be locked behind the door. No one's locked behind the doors. But he was behind the door because he was talking to him through. He was talking to him at the door.
Yeah.
Through the door. That's why you see me have a little look from behind here first. So I have a little look. But I know what's coming, and I know what's coming because someone's just come over and told me what's coming.
That person never comes into view then, the person who's giving you the warning. In this video that you've
Where
seen.
was he? This geezer here before that. It's not him anyway. I know he was another. But just because I've tried, you guys understand. When I'm in jail, no one really wants to talk to me. Yeah, because they talk to me. You're seen as being with me.
Yeah.
So not many people spoke to me, but this one lad, he come up and just stood next to me. As I said, you get down here's the Screws office, yeah.
Yeah.
I stood next door to Screws office. There's a little computer sort of thing where you put your credit and all that shit. That's where he come up to me. Then I was grateful he did come up to me, because otherwise I might have been walking back across here, going back up to my cell and just straight in my face. Because the boiling water machine, if I'm right, is here.
Or will they make their flasks up?
Where you get your boiling water flask, I'm pretty sure it's there. Very close to here anyway. Yeah?
Right.
So that's what as I'm looking across, I'm looking at that and thinking, well, has he already got it?
Because it looks purely from the CCTV, just looks like you just walk over there and attack him.
If you watch, I don't know, I'll walk over, stop here,
You have a
have a
look.
little look.
Yeah.
And that's because if I'm right, try and remember, it's along here somewhere. There's a little opening here where you get your boiling water.
Yeah.
Every time it's in boiling water, I'm looking, thinking, right, I ain't waiting for this. Because otherwise, I'll walk across here, yeah, and as I walk across, straight in my face is gone. I can't wait for that.
Where's your cell in reference
Upstairs,
to?
at the
Oh,
top.
you're upstairs. So
Yeah.
you know where we see you on the
Yeah,
other
then I'm
angle?
walking back to myself.
Oh, they take. Oh, right.
I walk back to myself.
Yeah.
They don't tell me. I walk back
No,
to
yeah.
myself.
No, I thought they took you straight to the block.
No, I walk back
No.
to myself. The cell door gets locked, and if you're watching the CCTV, the man that come and told me comes up to my cell door, talks to me
Right.
through my cell door,
Right.
and says, "I didn't realise you were going to do that, bro." So now I've got to do what I've got to do to stay alive.
So no one else was involved in that.
No one else.
In terms
I
of
didn't know no one else.
on your side or
No,
anything.
there wasn't, mate.
It's
Trust
just
me.
purely you. Yeah.
There's no one on my side in there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Done
I've
with
just
the CCTV?
literally a couple more questions and I'm done.
Yeah.
Nothing else you want to reference off there? No,
No.
happy you've seen it all.
Are you still trying to get at him, get past the garden?
No,
And
I don't try to, do I? If I wanted to get him, I'd have got straight past her.
yeah.
If I wanted to. That's why it's ridiculous leaving 2 women on a wing, 60 or 80 male men.
Yeah. Okay.
And if I wanted to, I could have, yeah.
And finally, we know we've identified during the interview that you also use the name Tommy Robinson. Do you have a Twitter account, Tommy Robinson?
I do.
Yeah. Does anyone have access to that? Or,
5, 6 different people have access to it.
okay.
And you'd know that because when I'm in jail, there's still people tweeting. I'm probably sitting here now, I guess people are still tweeting.
They are.
Yeah, I
Yeah. Somebody's put out on there that you've been arrested.
Yeah, so it is.
Yeah. But there's just one item on there that I'll just speak to you about, and it's a copy, and you'll know the form better than I will. There's a form from prison on there, on your Twitter account.
Yep.
And I can't quite work out what the form is. I think it's to do with it. Well, it's to do with this incident in there, but I can't read it. Obviously, 'cause, it's like a photograph of it, and the writing's too small. But it's something to do with the paperwork from the prison to do with this incident, and then the words after it say, "Put me on a wing full of Muslims and arrest me for protecting myself. I'm in no doubt they meant to put my life at risk." Did you put that on there? Yeah, you did put that. Yeah. And you sort of maintain that theme all the way through the interview, but whilst you were in there for those 8 days, your life was at risk.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. Everyone must know it was. It's common sense to say it is.
Yeah.
It's not like maybe it was at risk.
And you've been the victim of assaults in prison before, you
Yeah.
say, yeah?
Yeah, every time.
And are there records of that at those prisons? Yeah.
Just go Google it. It's on records in the newspapers.
So we can check that out.
You can check out what happened at Woodhill. I'll tell you what happened at Woodhill. My door opened and it was a little ex-Royal Marine Commando screw, and he said, "When they come to get you, you leave this cell, you're a dead man. Do not leave this cell, your life depends on it." Yeah? And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? He's gone off. My door opens 20 minutes later. It's him and another 2 screws saying, "Come on, you're going to be with me." So I'm like, "I ain't going anywhere, mate." Yeah? He's just told me not to. But I can't say he's just told me not to. So I sit there, they nick me. They give me a nicking. I'm not going there. The next day, because where they were trying to take me was where 6 Muslims were on that wing who were doing 28 and 32 years who were on their way to kill me.
Right.
They put me on their wing. So I'm under no doubt there's a thing out there to get me killed in that system. And they're pissed off each time I walk out of it. And then the day after that, I've gone to meet my solicitor up in Blackford's. Yeah? I've had my legal visit. I've gone walking back down. They've opened the door like this. I've looked in. There's 3 big bearded Muslims sitting in there. They've locked me in the room. So it's like I can't even trust the prison system or the screws to say. And then when that prison screw said to me, "You see, in prison like Woodhill, where people are all doing 2 life sentences and things like that, the screws are scared of them because they'll open up a screw. So setting you up's nothing. You'll get set up." That was that little officer told me that, and that was the start of it when I got into prison. The sentence before that, it all changed, because the sentence before that, I was on 22 weeks, I was on solitary confinement the whole time, and if they wanted to walk me from A to B, they shut the whole prison down. Because they knew he's going to this is going to
What prison was that?
That was Woodhill,
Yeah.
Bedford, Wayland, and Wandsworth.
Right.
Each one of them kept me on 24-hour day solitary confinement where I weren't allowed out myself. Yeah? I weren't allowed to work, I weren't allowed anything. They even gave me my own visiting hall, yeah, on my own, because of they knew I'd get attacked in the visiting hall. Yeah. That to then this sentence, when I went in,
Yeah.
everything had changed.
And you're just in
This
general
sentence-
pop.
Send them out to them. Which they know what's going to happen, otherwise they wouldn't have made that decision in 2012. If anything, the situation's got a lot worse and a lot I've become a lot more high profile, more of a target from 2012 to 2013. So none of it makes sense as to why anyone with any, and that screw said, like, part of me wants it to happen because she'll get done for corporate manslaughter because you're going to get killed. So I know what's going to happen.
And even though you're 2 years out of the EDL,
It doesn't matter.
your reputation precedes
If
you
you
when you
walk
go.
through Luton Town Centre now with me,
Yeah.
yeah, and you stand across the road and watch every single time I walk past Muslims.
Yeah.
It doesn't change. It won't change. It doesn't matter what happens. I mean,
Okay. So, just to finish up, in a nutshell, you've gone in there, You've been fearing for your life. You've asked the screws,
I've asked
the
them
prison officers.
countless times, you know.
Yeah, they've refused. They've put you in there, knowing you're on general population. You didn't want to hang around your cell because you thought you got trapped in your cell, you'd be assaulted. So you started hanging around the office where the prison officers
Yeah.
are based.
You can see where the screw was when that's happened.
Yeah,
Standing right next to it.
this unnamed fellow inmate has come up to you.
Yeah, unnamed fellow inmate that if you do trawl through the CCTV, you will find it.
Yeah,
Talking to me.
From that point of view, quick description of him. And they'll just make our job easier.
at least we might know who we're looking
He'll be
for.
the
on
only one who
camera.
talks to me. Man.
Really?
Yeah. And he'll be the only one that after that incident, as soon as that incident finishes, he comes up and talks from the door.
Right.
White,
White, yeah.
age,
Probably a crackhead, by the look of him.
Right.
okay.
So,
So-
30. Other than that, mate, I don't know.
Don't know.
Okay.
He tips you off about the bounty, if you like, that's been put out on you, and that someone is going to take, and it might not even be a Muslim, just anyone might take it up because it's such a high bounty. And then he's told you it's the guy at the door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's going to do it.
So you've gone over in your flip-flops.
I'm not even flip-flops.
You've had a quick look because you're thinking about the hot water.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've seen that he hasn't got any hot water.
No, I didn't see that he didn't have any hot water
No.
because I didn't get a chance to see. I just thought I'm going to hit him before he turns around with that hot water.
Right. Then gone over.
And I don't even know if he had the hot water in all honesty. In my head I'm thinking he's got hot water, but I don't know.
You didn't know.
I didn't see the hot water. That's why I asked him if he had a cup.
You've hit him. You accept from the footage you've hit him more than once.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what was it? Hit him twice on that?
I think there's a couple of punches thrown. Yeah.
One connected, I think, the first one.
He then sort of slips out of his t-shirt and runs off
Yeah.
to enter the pool table.
What nationality is he?
One second, because we've got it on here.
We've got black African.
So he's not Muslim
That's it.
either.
Well, it doesn't say religion.
We haven't got anything. He may be. He may.
I
Not.
am, yeah,
I mean,
like that.
you've read the name out, Saleh Jabia.
Yeah.
I'll suggest sounds like he could be Muslim.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got round by the pool table. The guy behind the door is shouting at you, so you've pointed and shouted back at him. You've then at this point offered any Muslim that wants to, you call it serve up, don't you?
Serve me up,
Yeah.
stab me up, chop me up, kill
Yeah.
me.
To come and do it. No one does anything. Once it all settles down, then the prison officers take you back to your cell.
Yep.
And then the same guy that had warned you earlier comes up and he's talking
And
to
talks to me
you
through the safety door, which you'll see.
through your door.
And again, I have, look, I asked countless times for them to put me in safety.
And you're confident that there's a record of
confident. I read it.
that yeah, because
I read it.
you've had a look.
I read it in a 1 minute video. I was leaning over his shoulder.
And is it typed on the
It's
system?
typed on their system.
Yeah. Okay.
And in fact, you know, even the officer who they told him to take me to the wing, he just goes, look, stay in there because you shouldn't be going on that wing. So let me go upstairs. And then he's come back and said, let's come from the top. You're going on that wing. I was just like, what do you? And I asked him even on the way out when I got released. I said, what do you make of the reason why they've done that? He goes, it shouldn't happen. In prison, I think I said it on the second to the other one. If you've got two gang members, rival gang members, they're not allowed to be on the same wings. They're not allowed to be for the safety of them. What are you putting me on with fucking four lads who have just done just got 28 years?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
And at no point have you used any of that language.
No, at no point. Well, I knew he wasn't a Pakistani anyway. He's talking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at no point you used any of that.
No, look, you interview the prison officer, the lady.
Yeah.
She'll tell you I didn't see her.
Okay. And you've purely done this that you've seen, and you mentioned it as a preemptive strike. In your mind, you had to go and do that.
Yeah, I have to. I've asked them. It's not like I can go up and say to the prison officer again, "Off me, leave off the wing again." I've asked them 5 times. If I walk past him and give him the chance to turn around with a cup of water or turn around with anything, I'm going to get hurt.
So there's no way you could have got out of that situation without doing what you did.
No way.
You couldn't have walked.
And
over there.
I'm not being funny, but it got me out of that situation.
Mhm.
I spent the next 8 days locked behind the door
It's
for
funny
my own safety.
you should say that. Is that why you did it, or just to get yourself banged up in
Well, no,
down the
I
block?
did want to be down the block.
Yeah.
That's not why I did it. I did it because I thought he was going to serve me out. But
Right.
at the same time, I should have been down the block for 8 days. 8 days. That's what killed me with them. I just said, I'm in here for 8 days. There's nothing else. Just I don't care if you don't open up and give me food. Just open the door in 8 days. So I'm making it out of your lorry with face looking like this.
Apart from the warning that that chap came and gave you,
Yep.
is there any other evidence which is going to support what you're saying, that person was going to, in your words, serve you up, attack you?
Ask him what he was talking to the fucking dude through the door about.
Was there anything found on him at the time? Did you see anything at
No,
all?
I don't know. That's why I just asked you. Did he have a cut? I don't know.
Did you see him dispose of anything, throw anything into a cell?
No.
Okay. No? I'm happy with that. I haven't got any further questions. Is there anything else that you want to add, Stephen?
No.
No. Okay. Right, so we'll just do the admin that we spoke about at the start. This form here just explains how you always listen and get access to the disc. Would you like a copy?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
What's that list? This
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, copy that list there.
CCTV.
The CCTV, not at the
If
moment.
the case goes to court, you go.
Yeah.
Not at the moment, because I haven't got a spelling on me.
Can you just give me a signature there, please? Okay, and then this is just the master seal, and all we do, we will sign up and seal the disc when we've finished on it. Just bear with me, 'cause I'm sure on this form, there you go, you just sign for me there. Right, okay, if we're all happy, then the time by my watch is 14:20.
Do
This
you know how long it's going to take to get me?
interview is concluded.
I think you're looking at bail quite soon.
Well, but very soon. Because I've
Yeah.
got an appointment at